Yo, welcome everybody back to the X Factor podcast. You know the drill. We're not stars. We're not even superstars, man. We're X Factor. We're changing the game.
Sir.
Fred Weiser, Troy Coomer, Sports Talk, back on the X Factor podcast. Troy, how we feeling today?
Dude, I'm jacked up. Excited for today.
Heck yeah, bro.
I love doing this. It's so much fun. I'm happy to be back. How was your week, brother?
It was good, man. Enjoying the day off today.
Good week. Bro, dude, I've been tripping in my head. It feels like such a Saturday.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Saturday. 2 Saturdays? You kidding me?
I'm here for it.
Happy New Year to all. I just want to throw that out there. Happy New Year to everybody.
2021.
Let's have a good year. And always remember, just because 2020 is gone, everything that has gone on is still here right now. So let's be safe. Let's be smart. Let's
change the game.
Let's get this thing. Let's get through this thing together so we can come out on top.
Let's be X Factors one time.
Yes, sir. But we're just going to dive right in. We got a big NFL segment today. We're really excited about it. A little shortened NBA segment, but with everything going on in the NFL world, man, it's fun just to sit here and talk about it. And so let's review our week, our podcast number 4 predictions. So last week, Fred's record was 9-5, which was actually the best record on the week. And his overall record has improved to 41-20. My record last week was 8-6. And dude, I was struggle busting last week.
Last week was weird, man.
It was a weird week. It really was. And so my overall record is 44-17. I'm excited for next year whenever we get like the whole season to really see. That'd be fun. But so last week, like we said, we both kind of had a down week because we're normally both only, 4 losses and things of that nature. So I'm excited to get into week 17. A lot of playoff implications on the line here. But let's just dive right in. NFL week 17. Grab your popcorn at 1 o'clock because the games roll all Sunday long. Sit in front of that TV and have a great Sunday. But
go to church.
Yeah, go to church in the morning, come back home, listen to Fred preach one good time, and come back and watch the Ravens go on the road to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Now, listen, with the Ravens, you win, you're in. And you're playing up against the scorching hot Bengals. Back-to-back wins.
On fire, baby.
Riding high, man. And fun fact for you, the Bengals are on an 8-game regular season home winning streak. Regular season finale home winning streak. They've won 8 in a row. And if you look over the last 17 or 18 games, season finales, they're getting wins. So this is an interesting game. I'm really excited to see this one. Where are you going with in this one, Fred?
Baltimore must win. Going to the jungle. I think Baltimore still pulls it out. I think they're too much. I think they get in the playoffs. I think Lamar torches that defense.
Yeah, everything I want to say, jokingly about the Bengals being hot, the Ravens are legitimately one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. Going into the playoffs, I don't want to face them. If I'm a team, I want to get as far away. So again, they can clinch with a win. But let's say in the world of worlds, somehow the Bengals stay hot, get on there in the season.
I hope they do. I don't want the Ravens in the playoffs.
Yeah. So there's another way that the Ravens can get in. They need a Cleveland loss or an Indiana loss. So if they lose this game, Ravens fans, don't worry just yet, because you could get some help. It's not just win or lose and you're out. So I'm also taking the Ravens. I don't see – honestly, I expect this one to be a little bit more higher scoring than people think, because, Brandon Allen kind of been – last week he won Air Player of the Week, whatever that is in the NFL. He had a really good game against Houston Texans, who have one of the worst defenses in the league. The Ravens have one of the better. So just keep your eye out on that score. I think it could be a very entertaining game. I think – I'm going to tune into Red Zone personally, but I think this game will be a really good game. So we're both taking the Ravens there. So let's go to the next game. The Dolphins are on the road, and they play against, again, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills. This is an interesting game. 2 playoff teams. Fred, who you taking in this one?
We'll go Buffalo. Josh Allen and the boys. Playing hot. Offense is looking great. Defense is playing really well. One of the best secondaries, I think, in the NFL. Miami's playing well, but I just think Josh Allen's too much for them, and they get it done. Get that 2 seed locked up.
Josh Allen's on an absolute tear. He's playing unbelievable. And again, this is if the Dolphins win, they're in. It's another one of those. If you win, you're in. But I don't think they're going to win. I think the Bills also get the job done. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. And
it was a close game last time they played. Bills won by 3.
This Dolphin defense is no joke.
Yeah, they're good.
And, but again, it's one of those things where even if they don't win, there's other things that can happen. They would need a win or either the Baltimore Ravens to lose, the Browns to lose, or the Colts to lose. You're going to hear a lot of these same teams. There are like 5 teams fighting for this spot. And
there's going to be one team that's really good that doesn't make the playoffs.
And even with the expanded playoffs.
Yeah.
So, like,
AFC just knocks the NFC out of the water.
It's crazy.
It's
It's crazy. But, yeah, I'm also taking the Bills. Again, one of the hottest teams in the NFL. No disrespect to the Dolphins. I just think bad scheduling. This is a bad scheduling break for them.
Rookie quarterback, first almost playoff. This is basically a playoff game. So
yeah, and Tua has really struggled against like good.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick can't play.
Yeah, and Fitzmagic's out. They can't have Fitzy save them.
Can't bring in their closer. They said.
Yeah, they can't. That's literally what he is. Like they let Tua run for 3.5 quarters, and they're like, "Hey, Ryan, go out there," and he's cold and still threw one of the best footballs in the NFL this year, in my opinion, where he's getting ripped this way and he just puts it on the money.
He's good, man.
To get him that was a huge win. Kept him in the playoff race. And so, yeah, I'm also taking the Bills. Here's another interesting game in the 1 o'clock window, man. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road to play Cleveland. They are benching Big Ben, which from all reports, I do believe that is their only bench player for this week. No?
We're benching Cam, TJ. I just saw a report.
I don't keep up with Steelers. I'm sorry.
So our injury report consisted of Boswell's out with a injury.
He's been out for a while.
Marcus Allen's out. Terrell Edmonds is out. And then non-injury related is Marcus Pouncey, David DeCastro, TJ Watt, and Cam Hayward. With Alu is out.
Outside of TJ Watt, it's really all you guys' older players. Realistically.
Yeah, and I think it's smart resting them.
Yeah, it's smart rest of your. TJ's, I think, more of just let's not get our best player hurt. Let's keep TJ as healthy as possible going into the playoffs because you guys have nothing to worry about with this game.
I don't trust them dirty Browns. They might be hurting people.
Yeah, you never know. You do never know, especially in a tough division game. Again, another one with playoff implications. The Browns clinch with a win.
Yeah.
Or a Colts loss or a Tennessee. They would need a lot. If they lose, they would need some help. They would need some help.
If they lose, I think they're not in.
The Browns are favored by almost 9.5 points going into this game.
That's fair.
I'm doing a 5-team parlay this week, and the Steelers are on my parlay. This is the second time I've done it, and I'm 0-1 picking the Steelers. So let's hope the Steelers can. I don't think the Browns are going to kill them. I don't think
they will.
You think the Browns are going to kill you guys?
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns. I never pick against my Steelers, but I mean Mason Rudolph is not. I mean,
Mason Rudolph.
What run game are we going to lean on? I'd be surprised if Connor plays. I mean, I would just rock Benny Snell and see what he can do.
That's what y'all been doing half the year, and look where it's gotten you. I mean,
we're resting our guys. We're just going to eat the 3 seed and be okay with that, and just play the. What do we play? I guess we'll play the 6 seed.
Which will more than likely.
We'll probably be either play the Browns or the Ravens again. I think we're probably going to play a divisional opponent.
Which will be interesting. That would be tough. Especially, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think people – I think, the number, of course, you could see the Browns win big. I think it could happen. I don't think it is, though. I personally think Tomlin is going to coach a very conservative game in which he tries his best to literally suck the clock completely dry as well as he can. And
Right.
Mike Tomlin is a very good coach. About 4 weeks ago, people were saying this guy is the coach of the year. Without a doubt, he was like the overwhelming favorite, to be
He's
the
never
coach.
coached a losing team.
Yeah, and so now the Steelers go on a losing streak, and people, Ben. Of course, there's reasons to be concerned about Ben and about all those guys, but there's no reason to be concerned about Mike Tomlin. The dude can coach his rear end off. I'm also going to take the Browns, but if you are a betting person, give me the points on this one. I think the Browns win, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I really don't. I think it's hard to blow out the Steelers.
Best defense in the NFL, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, especially if they're – even with them benching TJ Watt. I feel like the Steelers are one of those teams it's like the Patriots for a while. They could put anybody at the quarterback spot and make them look really good for a stretch of time. And now it's like the Steelers can kind of plug anybody into that defense, and then they look like a really good player. So it kind of has that concept in my head. Now, this could blow up in my face, but I'm also picking the Browns. But, again, I think it's closer than people think. So, and then another, this is a weird game. The Vikings on the road to play the Lions. Who are you taking in this one?
I'm going to go Detroit.
Detroit.
I'm going to take the Lions. No Dalvin Cook this week. Unfortunate loss of his father.
Rest in peace to his father.
They're not playing for anything. I don't think they get up for this game. I think Matt Stafford just flexes his guns and takes it home.
Yeah, it's a weird game. This is like one of the few games this week that have like nothing to do with the play.
Yeah, it's going to be a terrible game, but I think the Lions squeak it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings personally. I think that the Lions have looked so unmotivated the last few weeks, especially defensively. I remember me and my girlfriend, we were watching the Lions and the Buccaneers during halftime of the Kentucky Wildcat game against Louisville last Saturday. And she literally looked at the Lions defense and was like, they don't even look like they're trying to tackle. Like, and normally in the NFL, it's like very, physical up front. Like guys are trying to take people's head offs. But the Lions are just kind of content to be blocked. And I think they have like no motivation to play right now. I think that they're dying for the season to be over, get back home, kind of get to do whatever they want, get out of this, having to care about their team right now. So I'm going to take the Vikings just because I don't like the Lions.
They won't be good. They don't know how to draft.
It's bad.
They drafted Jeff Okudah when they had two solid corners already. I just didn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff Okudah is great, but then you signed
Desmond
Trufant. I mean, you already have like Justin Coleman. You already got like some of these guys, and you're just sitting there thinking like you paid Desmond Trufant and then draft a young corner to go along with already young, talented secondary guys. It's confusing. But another weird game here, the Jets on the road playing New England. New England, I saw a clip earlier this week where Bill Belichick was visibly upset. This is a bad year for the Patriots. A lot of people were saying early in the year, like, just buy into the tanking aspect and get yourself a guy in the draft, and he didn't. He wanted to try to prove something, and while doing so, it messed up their draft pick, messing up their season, and Cam looks awful. So it's not like he's helping anybody. He's not helping himself. He's not helping the team. Where are you going in this one, man?
I'm going to go New England. I'm going to take the Patriots. I think Belichick lights a little fire under him, just have a little fun last game, and pound the Jets into the ground. Even though the Jets look good, I mean, they have really good solid. They have a solid defense. I think the Jets do, especially up front with Leonard Williams Quinnen Williams.
Yeah. So I'm taking the Jets. 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 I think that these guys are playing with like a chip. They're playing with a fire. They're playing with like an intensity. And it's weird. I was texting you. I was like, dude, what's happening? Are like the Jets and the Bengals becoming like, like the like good teams all of a sudden? Like towards the end of the year, they both have been, fun. And it stinks for Jets fans, I'm sure, to lose out on the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. But I mean, seeing your guys win, everybody in the Bengal. Let me go on a Bengal rant real quick. Everybody in the Bengal fan base that is complaining about these guys winning, they haven't won in like 3 years. Let the guys have their fun and get a couple wins. Like. This means everything to them. They're finally starting to turn a corner in a sense of we're picking up wins. Like, let's be happy with our wins and move on. Get another solid. We're still getting a top 5 pick, everybody. Like, let's calm down.
I got news for people. Those players don't care where they draft.
Yeah, they're trying to win. They're competitors.
Fans care about the draft picks. The players don't.
Yeah,
that's a job. Their job's at jeopardy at that point.
And it's not fun to lose. Like, they go out there every day and put their body, their lives, and a lot on the line to play this game.
And they make more money if they win.
So win games, have fun, and then the Bengals are set for a great offseason, and the guys riding high. If we somehow pull this win out this week, I'm a happy camper. One, we pulled off a miracle, 3 in a row to end off the year, all that. So, yeah, I'm taking the Jets. Bring it on. Let's go, Jets. And this is an interesting game. The Cowboys, it's a divisional NFC least game. The Cowboys on the road playing against the New York Giants, who once looked like a very good football team and now all of a sudden have kind of come back down to earth, I guess, and have not looked very good. Who are you taking in this one, Fred?
Cowboys. I think they win and they get in the playoffs.
That would be awesome.
Do they just have to win, or the football
Cowboys
team have
clinched
to
the
lose?
division with a win and a Washington loss.
So do they have to lose? Washington?
Washington has to lose for the Cowboys to
Are the Giants in if they win, or
Giants
are they
clinched
eliminated?
with a win and a Washington loss. Washington holds the destiny. They clinched.
Hold on, I kind of want the Giants to win just so we can have a 6-10 team in the playoffs, but I think the Cowboys will win.
Washington clinches with a win
With a win.
or a Dallas loss. So
Okay.
that's where that goes. So you're taking the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I also am going to take the Cowboys. Andy, get them to the playoffs, buddy. And then go get you a playoff win. F it.
That ain't gonna happen.
I know. But another one. This is the end up, the final finale of the
Buccaneers.
1:00 games. The Falcons and the Buccaneers.
Do we even have to talk about how bad the Falcons are?
The Buccaneers are starting to click, and just in
At
time.
the right time, yep.
Just in time for Brady to come out. You know, everybody was saying, me and you were kind of joking about how Brady or Tom is having like a really weird year. And then you look at his numbers, you're like, wow, he's really not playing that bad. I'm pretty sure he has like 36, 38 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. You know, I'm sure he's right at 4,000 yards.
4,200.
Yeah, like Tom's
man,
having a
that's
great
bad.
year. And not to mention his age and how long he's been doing this. Him and LeBron have set the standard. If you want to be great, like these guys have set the bar so high for their positions and for their, for their associates around them. Like, man, these two, give me all the Tom Brady, man. I love watching the guy play.
Mhm.
And I enjoy him. Buccaneers, big.
By the way.
And so now we're going to the 4:00 games again. This is a full slate of games. You know, you got 7 in the 1:00 and I believe 6 in the 4. So, and this one is a weird game. The Saints on the road going to Carolina. Who you got?
Saints.
Saints clinch. Okay, so if the Saints win this game, okay, they would need a Green Bay loss and a Seattle win to clinch the bye. So there's still
They're
hope.
going to blow them out.
Still hope that the Saints can get a bye somehow. And let me tell you, a bye for Drew Brees would be huge because that guy's struggling right now. And they would have to have a lot happen to get the bye. But yeah, I think Saints big. Saints big.
Carolina's not a good team.
No, they're not. And then the another 4:00 game here, the Tennessee Titans on the road to play the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are kind of like a ticking time bomb. Everybody's waiting to see how it all gets blown up because I don't think Will Fuller signs back. I don't think J.J. Watt's there next year. They lost D.J. Reader last year. They lost DeAndre Hopkins last year.
We want another Watt brother. We want another one. We'll take all 3.
Dude, if I'm freaking Kyle Shanahan, I'm on the phone to the Houston Texans. I'm like, I'll give you 4 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. Like, give me Deshaun, man. But, yeah, I feel bad for Deshaun. I love Deshaun Watson. I feel so bad for him. But let's take a peek here to see if the Titans have anything on the line.
The division.
The Titans can clinch the division with a win or an Indianapolis loss. And they get a playoffs berth with a Baltimore or Dolphins lose if they lose. So
yeah, they're still fighting for being in the playoffs.
Yeah. So if they lose and the Dolphins and Baltimore win, they're out. If the Colts win. So the Colts, Ravens, and Dolphins would all have to win, and the Titans would have to lose. Who are you taking in this one?
Tennessee about a lot. It's not going to be close. Houston's terrible. I mean, the next game, too. I mean, the Colts don't have a challenging matchup either.
Yep. Jaguars on the road. Play the Colts. Mike Glennon.
Colts.
Give me the Colts. All right, let's not even waste time on that one because the Jags are rolling out DJ Chark. James Robinson's season's over. Gardner Minshew's not playing. They're full-blown, even though they've clinched the first pick, they're like, we're not even going to put our good guys out there. We're done. You guys can have your free win. I'm sure the guys will fight that are out there, but the Colts are just a way better team. They're going to be mad. They blew up. They should have beaten Pittsburgh last week. Pittsburgh came back. They blew that lead, and now all of a sudden now they're in a winner-go-home situation in which they could have avoided. So big loss there.
Jacksonville or the Colts got to get their return or their revenge because Jacksonville beat them first game of the season.
The Colts will beat them by 40.
I agree.
Chargers on the road to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are benching Patty, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. There's Sammy Watkins. They're benching quite a few players here. They've. I mean, no, who are you taking in this one? Chargers.
Chargers. I'm going to Chargers.
You going Chargers?
Just because of the rest. I think Justin Herbert would come out and put on one more show before solidify what we talk about later. But, yeah, I think him and that offense get him another weapon.
Keenan Allen is out for the game.
Yeah, it don't matter. I think that they're probably going to rest half their team, I would say, even on defense.
Yeah, the Chiefs have no reason to play. And
No.
this one, like, honestly, if I were them, I'd probably forfeit.
I mean, they're getting 2 weeks off. I mean, enjoy it.
Yeah, kick your feet up. Watch some film. Have
A 2-week rested Patrick Mahomes coming out. Ooh,
Chiefs are nasty. I can't wait for the playoff show here on the X Factor podcast. I can't wait to talk about
where we're changing the game.
Where we're changing, yeah. But I'm also taking the Chargers for the main reason you just said, Justin Herbert. One last hoorah for the season. I love Austin Eckler as well. Hopefully he puts on a good show. And I really like the Chargers, man. I think they're up and coming. Spend a little money this offseason, put yourself in a position to just continue to get better. It'll be interesting.
Travis Kelce's so good. I'm looking at his stats. I'm just blown away.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Is he benched? I'm not sure they're benching him. I think they're letting him rock. He might get the receiving yard.
That's probably what he's going for, I'm sure.
Oh, 100%. They're probably going to throw – he might get 16 targets.
Especially with a backup quarterback. They always throw the tight end. So.
Dude, he might get 100 targets. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if they win that game. It would not surprise me at all. They are that good. But, I would go the Justin Herbert over, whoever there's Chad Henne. Yeah. So, all right. So this is honestly, in my opinion, the game of the day. I love this game here.
Why?
The Packers on the road.
Oh, okay. I was going to forget.
To the
I was talking about
Bears.
Vegas and Broncos there.
No. Packers and Broncos. I had a star written right, or Packers and Bears. I had a star written next to this one. The Bears
Why?
win.
Why?
They're in
That ain't
because
going to happen.
Mitch is on the comeback trail for this Bears offense. Ever since he's came back, they've scored over 30. The kid's fighting for his job. The kid's showing a little bit of heart, a little bit of guts, a little bit of effort, a little bit of determination. This
Come to
offense
Pittsburgh.
looks great. Allen Robinson's earning himself a big boy check. This
He ain't
offense,
coming back.
good for him. Don't come back, please. Don't go back
Why would
to
he?
Chicago. But yeah, again, the Bears clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Cardinals loss, and vice versa for the Cardinals. If the Cardinals win or the Bears lose. So
Green Bay.
you're in, Bears.
Green Bay.
Win, you're in.
Not happening. Green Bay.
Yeah, the Packers would, I believe, clinch a bye with a win or a Seattle loss. So
Aaron Rodgers has been stupid this year. So
he's going for the MVP.
it ain't even close. I don't think.
Honestly, you could give Devontae Adams Offensive Player of the Year, and I wouldn't be mad. Because whenever he's out there, 2.5 games he missed this year, he still is like top 5 in receiving yards, probably top 2 in touchdowns. He's unbelievable. I'm going with Mitch Trubisky. Give me the Bears, pulling it off, and yes, give me the Bears. Give me
David Montgomery being a 1,000-yard rusher this year.
David Montgomery had a bad start to his year and then turned it around. Has looked like a very solid young running back in the last.
I'm going to take the best team in football right now. Second best team in football right. Sorry, best team in the NFC right now, which is Green Bay Packers by a ton. I think they wiped the floor with them.
Oh, the Packers are going to win. But I'm going the Bears. I believe in Mitch. I have to stand my ground with Mitch. I have bet against him too many times on this podcast, and it has bit me in the tail.
I like Mitch Trubisky a lot. I think Mitch Trubisky's a good guy.
Rolling with him.
I hope he wins.
Don't sign back with the Bears either, Mitch. Save yourself the heartache.
Yeah, come to Pittsburgh. Why not? Let's have some fun.
He'd steal the job from Ben.
Yeah.
All right.
Take it from a 2-time Super Bowl champion. Yeah, why
Steal
not?
that from Ben. All right, so probably one of the more uninteresting games of the 4 o'clock window. The Raiders on the road to play the Broncos. Who are you taking?
I'll take the Raiders. I don't know. Darren Waller's the best player in the league.
I feel like every week.
I like Darren Waller. I don't know. He's cool. I don't know who else. I mean,
This is like the two teams that like we always.
Can I go get a quarter and flip it real quick and then tell you what I think? The Broncos aren't good, bro. Drew Lock has been terrible this year.
Yeah, I know.
Derek Carr's been somewhat
Give
decent.
the guy some.
No, when you throw more interceptions and touchdowns, I'm not saying you're playing okay.
I mean, I get you.
Jerry Judy's been very underwhelming, but he doesn't have a quarterback to throw them to. So,
All right. No
Darren
Drew
Waller-
Lock slander will be tolerated.
Darren Waller should win an award just for being him.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Raiders. The Broncos, every time I pick them, they lose big. So
I was going to say, you always pick the Broncos. I don't know.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's both our teams that we always pick going head to head. And so I wanted to pick the Broncos so bad, but I can't. I think
I would hate to be one of those teams. They're never going to win the division.
I know. It stinks, man.
Poor Chargers, Raiders, and Denver. Just never going to win the division. It's okay.
Do you think Denver should try everything in their power to try to move up and get a quarterback?
No.
Outside of Lawrence, there's
nobody. Why would you get anybody else?
The quarterback that I think – okay, we'll talk about that in the draft show. I'm not even going to get into that right now. But anyway.
Mac Jones, I know.
Yeah, Mackie Jones.
The old Kentucky commit. Yeah.
But this is another interesting one here. So we got the Cardinals on the road to play the Rams. The Rams will be without Goff, I do believe.
Yeah, he's –
without Cooper Kupp.
Thumb.
Put on the COVID IR list. Not looking like he's going to be playing. The Rams clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Bears loss. The Rams will look back at the loss to the Jets and kick themselves as they will miss.
They should.
Give me the Cardinals. I think it's
Cardinals. Yeah,
I don't even think.
I agree.
I think Kyler Murray is going to say, "Hey, we're going to the playoffs," and I think they're a sneaky tough team.
I hope you put them on your parlay.
I think I did. Barring any sort of matchup with the Buccaneers in the first round, I think they're a sneaky team to get. The NFC, dude, the NFC is hard to predict. You can't even tell me outside of the Packers. Give me a Super Bowl contending team.
Saints. That defense.
You think they can win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they can win the Super Bowl.
No, they can't.
They have the best playmaker in the league, and then they have one of the best defenses in the league.
They can't win a Super Bowl.
You don't think so?
I think there's 3 AFC teams, 1 NFC, and then a ton of maybes.
I think there's 4 AFC teams, maybe 5. I think any team who makes the playoffs could win a Super Bowl.
There's a lot of AFC teams. I was about to say I could maybe make the case 6 AFC teams that get in have a chance to make the Super Bowl. I can make the case 2 or 3 NFC teams can make it. Bucks, Packers, Saints would be the 3. But I don't think the Saints can win it. I think the Bucks can. Steel City, I don't know. They'd probably be the one team I'll leave out there. All right, so it's the Seahawks, the last 4 o'clock game of the day. The Seahawks on the road to play the 49ers. Again, Seahawks, somehow they can clinch a bye with a win, a Green Bay loss, and a Saint loss. None of that will happen. But I think the Green Bay's going to lose. Yeah, so the Seattle can clinch a bye. 49ers aren't playing for anything other than, a slap on
draft picks.
But them and the Cardinals had an unbelievable game last week, I think it was, on Saturday. So who you going with this one, man?
Seattle.
Do you think they can win the Super Bowl?
Seattle? No. Probably not defense.
Me either. I'm also taking Seattle again. Russell Wilson's unbelievable. And again, eight weeks into the season, everybody's like, man, he's going to win the MVP. And now it's like, man.
I think he's been underwhelming. He turns over the ball too much.
He does. He makes bad decisions.
But again, they're 11-4, so do what you got to do there.
I mean,
they got Mr. Running a straight line. He's cool, I guess.
Who are you talking about? DK?
Yeah.
Him and Chase Claypool just resemble each other so much to me.
Chase Claypool's slightly a better route runner.
But then DK is a way better straight line runner.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, I did.
Wide receiver 3 on his team.
Yeah,
maybe 4.
Claypool. Yeah. All right. And then Sunday Night Football. This one is very, very interesting. Again, we've already went through the NFC East thing. If the football team, they can clinch with a win. If you win, you clinch. If not, there's a lot of other things that can happen, obviously, throughout the day. I don't think the Eagles have any chance at the playoffs.
No.
They have no playoff hopes. So it comes down to the Giants, the Cowboys, and the football team. The Giants can be the Cowboys or the Giants' best friend if they get a win here. This is another interesting game. They're starting the XFL kid, I do believe, or AFL kid.
Yeah.
Dwayne Haskins was recently cut.
Good. See ya.
It's good for him. Get him out of there. Didn't work out. Nip it in the bud. Can't believe he somehow earned a captain patch over the summer, and then all of a sudden it's like blew up to him getting cut, unclaimed on waivers. He cut ties with his agent, just recently signed with an agent today. So this kid's going through a lot of changes.
His career's over. Let's just be honest.
His career?
I think so.
I don't think so.
He can go be a backup. I don't know he can start again.
Yeah, he's a career backup. But he's a solid backup. Any team that, needs a guy just to have in the building, go for it. But who you taking in this one? I'm intrigued with where you go here.
Philadelphia Eagles on this one. I don't think that quarterback for the football team is going to get it done. That offense is stagnant already. I think Jalen Hurts pulls some magic out.
I also agree. Jalen Hurts is so much fun to watch. And
they need to get rid of Carson Wentz.
Defense has been playing really motivated too. So the Eagles kind of found new life a little bit too late. Jalen Hurts absolutely trashed the second half of last week. Played awful, kind of choked it for him because they had a shot, man. Both the Cowboys and Eagles fighting for their playoff lives. Cowboys got it done. So, again, I also am taking the Eagles. I think the Washington football team gets eliminated, and Dallas picks up into the playoffs with Andy Dalton leading the show. Love that for my guy. Love Andy Dalton. Very happy for him. So there is our Week 17 preview there with our predictions. Again, next week we will update the records and all that good stuff. Now we're going to get into the end of the season awards. We will be doing the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie, Comeback Player of the Year, and also the Coach of the Year.
The coach.
So for MVP, Fred, who are you going with?
Aaron Rodgers. I feel like that's a lot of people are going to say him. I think he just slightly played better than Patrick Mahomes this year. Patrick Mahomes, of course, lights out, but it's going to be the LeBron effect for his whole career. They're just going to give MVPs to other people just because he could win it every year. But Rodgers, 44 touchdowns, 5 picks, over 4,000 yards. He's setting the world on fire.
And I'm pretty sure he had like 3 of those against the Buccaneers in like week 7.
Yeah.
So
he's played unreal.
Aaron Rodgers is unbelievable. He's also my MVP. We're both rocking.
I don't even think there's any competition.
No, and when it comes to obviously, and I think both of our opinions, I can speak for you on this. Patrick Mahomes is the best football player on the planet. On the offensive side of the ball, it's unbelievable what he can do.
I agree.
But when it comes to most valuable to a franchise, Aaron Rodgers is so valuable.
He's got one dude to throw to
the Packer franchise. Yeah, exactly. Without Aaron Rodgers, this franchise would be a 5-win, 6-win team, if that.
Yeah, because their defense is not anything special.
Their first-round pick this year didn't play a snap, was barely active as a backup, couldn't even beat their third string out for the backup role. He's been a healthy scratch to almost every game this year. He's gotten hurt, and it's like, how are you getting hurt? You're not playing. So, like, what is happening, man? Jordan Love, whenever people were, like, buying into this hype, and then for them to trade up and draft this kid when you have Aaron Rodgers and you don't pick you could have gotten T. Higgins. And it's like, well, you trade up and you get Jordan Love. And then, of course, now after 1 week, everybody's, like, singing the praises of A.J. Dillon. You have Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams.
Like, you act like the Packers didn't do that on purpose.
With the second-round pick, like, I understand if you don't want to pay Aaron Jones. Like, I get it. Running back, you need to be flexible with your running back because they have a short shelf life. But, man, like, get the man some help. Even if you don't want to draft one, trade deadline. Get somebody, man.
You going off for wrong reasons, bro. That Jordan Love pick was not bad. They did the same thing when Favre was there. Look how it turned out.
No, Jordan Love ain't freaking Aaron Rodgers. Get out of here.
Aaron Rodgers was drafted in about the same spot.
Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be what he was. You're college Aaron Rodgers. What'd he do?
Jordan Love is awful.
You can say that now. In 5 years, when Jordan Love's that starter in the Green Bay Packers, you can talk.
And they're not a playoff team.
You can believe that.
Oh, my God. You like Jordan Love?
I don't know anything about him. I haven't seen him play an NFL snap.
Well, spoiler alert, he's awful.
All right.
Let's
Your
switch
opinion.
gears. Let's switch gears.
It worked out
I am
this year.
shocked.
Hey,
You
them
like
drafting
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love seemed to work this year, huh?
He can't even win the backup role.
They're 12-3. It worked.
Oh my God.
They're gonna get a first round.
See how
bye.
they do in the playoffs, because every year we hear the same.
It worked,
Every year
Them
we hear
drafting
the
Jordan
same
Love
thing about the
It
Packers.
worked. That's all I'm saying.
It's
It
like
worked.
you want to know the two teams that really tick me off in the
AJ
NFL.
Dillon, it worked.
You want to know the
12-3.
two teams that really tick me off in the NFL?
Who?
New Orleans Saints and Green Bay Packers. You want to know why? Every year, everybody's singing their praises, saying they're going to make the Super Bowl. They're some of the best teams, blah, 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 blah. And you know what they do in the playoffs, Fred? They choke, and they lose every year. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a great regular season player. Let's get through the postseason, and let's have a different outlook and see what happens. I personally think the Packers have all the juice in the world to win the Super Bowl. They, in my opinion, they're probably my second pick. I don't even think it's an AFC team. That's my second pick. But they're probably my second pick. But, again, me and you are going to, after we do our prediction to the playoffs, and a few weeks down the line, we're both going to look back and be like, we should have taken the warning signs of the last 3 to 4 years where they don't get it done in the playoffs, and we still bought into the same old garbage that we always buy into. There's a spoiler alert for everybody. Sorry, I'm on a rant. Jordan Love. Jordan Love.
Draft pick worked out just fine this year.
I love you, kid. You cry.
12-3
Hey, hot take alert. Hot take.
12-3. I mean, they went 12-3 with drafting Jordan Love. What's wrong with that? Did they not go 12-3 drafting Jordan Love?
He did, but you're telling me they couldn't find somebody to replace MVP?
Maybe it didn't work. Maybe they drafted that kid to light a fire. It worked for Brett Favre.
Okay. All right. Offensive player of the year.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, if it wasn't going to Aaron Rodgers, like I said earlier, you can kind of make the case for his teammate. Alvin Kamara is up there. Derrick Henry would probably be second. Dalvin Cook, of course. But, yeah, if you're going to give it to a not quarterback.
They will give it to him, though.
Yeah, it'd be
like 2 trophies in his hand.
Yeah, Derrick Henry would win if it wasn't quarterback. But even if it was a second quarterback, it'd be Patty, a third quarterback, Josh. There's a lot of people that would get that over a running back or wide receiver.
I agree.
All right, so I think we're going to agree here as well. Defense player of the year.
TJ Watt.
Unless Myles Garrett goes for 18 sacks.
Get out of here. No. TJ Watt doesn't just sack people. If you watch a Steelers game, you'll see that. He's the fastest man I've ever seen in my life. He's the best looking man I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. Let's
He
relax.
can swim. He can spin. He can push you back. They just said he's a little white kid from Wisconsin. But you know what he did? Getting drafted 30th in the draft. Defensive player of the year. He's been the Steelers MVP 2 years in a row. He's going to be double-digit sacks every year for his whole career. We're going to get JJ. Put Derek on the line for all I care. They all freaking beasts. TJ Watt by a long shot. I don't even think anybody competes with him for that award.
Yeah, TJ Watt. I think if there would be an argument if Myles Garrett played the whole year, but with him kind of going on, dude, he was having an unbelievable start to his season. So those two would have been, but I would have taken TJ Watt more than likely. I'm taking TJ Watt here.
Mm-hmm.
Same reasons you said. If not, I'd go Xavier Howard. He's having an unbelievable year for the Dolphins. I mean, dude, he's posted like double-digit interceptions.
Oh, he has 7 picks, I think, but
it's higher than that because it's higher. Look, you got it in front of you. Look up how many interceptions he has, because I really am curious. I think it's 8 or 9. He's really close to double digits. I think he's 1 away.
He does have 9. He has 7. They have 2 last week or something.
I think he had like one the last 2 weeks or something.
Tyrann Mathieu has 6 at a safety position. That's tough.
Yeah, but Xavier Howard would probably be mine, just because like it's very rare you see a secondary guy just impact the game like Minkah Fitzpatrick last year, where he just absolutely dominated the position. So yeah, so there again, MVP we both have Aaron Rodgers. Offensive player of the year we both have Aaron Rodgers. And defense player of the year, we both have TJ Watt. So, again, this is another one I think we're both going to agree. Offensive rookie of the year.
Justin Herbert.
If not, go Justin Jefferson. Either way.
Wouldn't be mad if either of them.
Joe Burrow, please come back.
They'll give it to a quarterback.
Please come home.
Quarterback award, usually.
Yeah, Justin Herbert is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wish Burrow stayed healthy, and we would have a very interesting debate with those two. Herbert probably would have completely edged him out in the touchdown category. So he probably would have gotten it anyway, just because Herbert kind of has – but, I mean, Burrow threw the ball a lot. You never know. But, yeah, I would take Justin Herbert as well. So we've agreed all 4 awards so far. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Chase Young.
Same thing with me. Chase
Freak.
Young.
He's a freak.
Man. He's unbelievable. You want to talk about a kid that's fast, explosive, impacts every play. Even he reminds me a little TJ Watt. Like he impacts.
Chase Young would be better than TJ Watt. I got news for you.
I'm glad you went that way. I thought you were going to say TJ Watt was going to be better. I was about to be like, bro.
I don't know though, dude. TJ Watt, what he's done in the league so far is unreal. And he wasn't even supposed to be a first round pick, really. He barely snuck in. TJ Watt, he barely snuck into the first round.
Yeah, Chase Young is just one of those other, wide receiver or Ohio State.
Generational talent. I mean, I think he is worlds above Nick Bosa.
Joey Bosa, too. I would take Chase Young over Joey Bosa.
Dude's a freak. With him and Montez Sweat, that defense is going to be gross. Jonathan Allen. They just draft defensive line.
in the middle.
Yeah, they're gross. Ryan Kerrigan teaching them. Beautiful. That defense is nasty.
Yes, it is. So again, we've both agreed with everything so far. I think these awards are really predictable right now.
Yeah.
And then comeback player of the year. It's Alex Smith. Obviously, you could make a case for Ben with the elbow, but Alex Smith almost died, almost had his leg amputated. Just the story behind it, unbelievable. Alex Smith, bravo to you. Way to come back strong, man. And you've really kind of paved the way for a lot of guys who get hurt in the league. You've kind of, shown, stay at it, work hard. And of course, now he's starting to have leg complications again. So let's hope that it's nothing serious and doesn't, end his career before I want him to be able to choose when he's done. Yeah. And so also Alex Smith. And coach of the year, I think we might go different ways here. This one is where it gets a little interesting. I'm really interested to see who you go with for coach.
I went Sean McDermott on this one, Buffalo Bills.
If you had to give out a second place, who would you give it to?
Maybe Matt LaFleur in Green Bay.
Oh, those were my two. I would give it to Sean McDermott, and then Matt LaFleur is in second place.
Yeah. Because Matt LaFleur proved a lot of people wrong.
If you're looking at whenever he first, signed the job, everybody was like, dude, you and Aaron Rodgers are not going to get along. Aaron Rodgers is the coach. He's what? He's like 44, and Aaron Rodgers is like 41 or something.
Rodgers 38.
Yeah, but they're age difference is 6 or 7 years. They're like, bro, you're not going to get through to Aaron. And now Aaron's having an MVP season, well on pace to be, just start just absolutely showing off and put himself into the category of, you could throw Aaron into the greatest of all time category. I don't think you'd get very far. But you can throw him out there, and he's one of the most talented. Anytime you listen,
Aaron Rodgers better than Tom Brady
in terms of talent, but when it comes to winning, Tom Brady is obviously a winner. But, man, Aaron Rodgers, that's what I'm saying. Get the man some help. I don't care about motivation and all that. That's cool. But this year, he don't need to be motivated again. Let's get him some help in the building.
Monte Adams look at him. Or LaFleur?
Huh?
Who'd you go with at one? McDermott or LaFleur?
McDermott.
Yeah. So we went the same on every single one.
Every single one. X Factor Sports Podcast. We are holding it down together, man.
If I'm a bet man, I'd bet all that my money on that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, maybe not coach of the year. Who knows? They might give it to Andy Reid for all I know.
I don't think they will. I think if they give it to –
They could. Might as well. I mean,
I think Brian Flores has some buzz, potentially.
Sure. I think if they lose this, if they win this week, he definitely has the case for it.
Especially because 5 games into last season, they were the joke of the NFL.
Wait, are the Bills resting? No, I guess because they're fighting for 2 seed.
Yep.
I don't know. I love how we're just giving up the 2 seed. We're like, here. We'll take the 3.
But, yeah, it'll still be interesting, though. It'll be interesting. But, yeah, keep your eye out. So, for next week, we're so excited. We're going to do our playoff predictions, and that'll be so much fun. We're going to have a blast. It'll be probably a nice exchange or two for – it's all about matchups, man, and I can't wait to see how the bracket get unfold. It's how it settles in. What we have to look forward to on Saturday, Wild Card Weekend. Oh, man, let's get it rolling. I'm super excited. So let's transition to the NBA. We're just going to quickly discuss a few things going on in the NBA world. But we always start the NBA segment with a little 3-question game with Fred. I wish we had like a jingo to get us rolling into the 3-question game. Yeah, so we got 3 questions for Fred. These are some of our one of our best segments in my opinion. I love this segment. It gets me excited every week trying to come up with questions, trying to figure out questions to ask the man. So question number 1, who are the 3 teams in the NBA with the brightest future?
Number 3, I got the New Orleans Pelicans. That young core, I think, can be, especially if Lonzo continues to get better, with Zion and Brandon Ingram.
Yeah,
They can be scary.
they can be. I was looking at numbers about Brandon Ingram, and he averaged 14 points per game with the Lakers. With the Pelicans, he averages 24.
Yeah,
he averaged.
Well, he has an extended role, so I mean.
Oh, dude, yeah. With the and I remembered this situation with Brandon Ingram, and I quickly want to touch on this real quick. Brandon Ingram, I'm a Laker fan, of course. Brandon Ingram played for the Lakers, as we've just said. So whenever it was his first year in the NBA, we had a lot of injuries at the one guard spot. We were still trying to figure out our one guard. I'm pretty sure he was drafted the year before Lonzo. So we really were struggling at the one guard spot. We had a lot of injuries. I'm pretty sure Tyler Ennis was still involved in our team. Like, we had a lot of uncertainty at that position. And Brandon Ingram played a few games at the point guard spot. And I remember I was like, man, this kid can create. Dude, he could create for others, though. We put him in. Luke Walton was getting weird and put him out there. And I was like, man, this is interesting. And
his best position is off ball. He needs to be off ball. He needs to back on.
It's always nice, though, to have that kind of in your back pocket. If you ever need to, here's a 6'9", 200-pound, 7'3" wingspan to Brandon Ingram.
I'd rip that thing and go back and take that thing 94 feet to the crib if he was dribbling in front of me.
Okay, so you got the Pelicans at 3. Who's number 2, man?
I got the Phoenix Suns at 2.
Really?
Building a young core. Got Booker, Ayton. I like Mikal Bridges a lot. I don't know, man. I think they can get a piece.
Let me tell you, me and you have dogged them for the Cameron Johnson draft pick.
He's been hooping.
Dude.
No, first of all, you dogged him.
Well, we both
the most. I said it wasn't a smart pick. You acted like he was the worst player to ever touch the floor.
For a lottery pick, man, he was not very good.
I didn't like their pick this year more than anything.
I was about to say. And now they drafted Jalen Smith, and everybody's like, huh.
I like Jalen Smith.
Does James Jones just have an understanding and just know something that we don't? Because Cameron Johnson this year has looked very good.
What are they, 4-1? Jay Crowder, man. Come on.
Jay Crowder, CP, they've put in the right veterans too, which I think is huge. A lot of people think, especially whenever you're trying to win with a young team, what people can sometimes forget is that you need the right veterans. You don't just need veterans; you need the right veterans in the building.
Winners. What you need.
And CP's a winner. Jay Crowder, winner. Everybody they brought in, really solid. They've done a great job. Really good job building the team.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And who is your team in the NBA with the brightest future?
Atlanta Hawks.
I like that.
Yeah, Trae Young, John Collins, Naka Okongwu, Kevin Huerter,
Bogdanovich, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish.
Yeah, don't like Cam Reddish, but yeah, the other ones are cool.
Dude,
I think Atlanta Hawks have a really bright future. Clint Capella's still good.
And again, it's one of those things. They brought in the right veterans. Danilo Gallinari, great veteran. Rondo, incredible veteran, knows how to win. He will help Trae Young. People undervalue the Hawks, man, and I've been tooting their horn for so long. They're better than I even thought, which I was high on them. I hope they come out tonight, get a win against the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's a big game for them because they were so close to a night ago to knocking off the Nets, 145-141. No defense was played. But you're not going to get defense out of the Hawks. I'm sorry. They have a lot of buckets. They have a lot of bucket heads out there. They don't have a lot of go get me a stop, which will end up hurting them in the playoffs. But for now, while it's the regular season, they are a team you need to watch out for. And they're fun to watch. I love that. I thought you wouldn't put the Hawks. And so I'm glad to see the Hawks on the list. So, again, the list for Fred, it goes Hawks have the brightest future the Suns at 2, and then the Pelicans. So yeah, that I love those 3. I think that's a really good 3 there. And so, who was a team that was close, that almost made it? Like, let's say you were battling between the Pelicans
Dallas.
and Dallas. Okay,
Dallas.
yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of teams right now that you could say they're in a
Just
good spot.
depends on with Kristaps. What happens with him? He's such a question mark.
The Hornets are another team that
Nah.
are interesting.
Mm,
Miles Bridges, Devontae Graham, PJ Washington,
mm,
LaMelo.
mm.
Now, they're not anything like the 3 teams you got, but I'm just saying they're another team that you could have been like, well, if it was top 5, they have a case for 5 or 6.
They're just unknown. It's kind of like the Thunder. Like you could say put them in there. Just there's so many draft picks. You just don't know how they're going to use them.
Shay, hey, how about Lou Dort, man? Me and you always, man.
My best favorite
Quick-
player in the air.
Quick spoiler alert for everybody that doesn't really know Fred. This man texts me a lot. We text all the time. My man loves the Oklahoma City Thunder right now. Dude loves. We both have the league pass.
Listen.
This man loves watching Oklahoma City Thunder
Lou
games.
Dort.
Dude, he'll sit down and guard.
You kidding me?
Let's
I want to
transition.
look, because I'm one of those guys. I'm gonna go guard the best player. Plain and simple.
Hey, that's Lou Dort. Lou Dort is Fred. Lou
Yeah.
Dort. is Fred.
Lou Dort, hit me up, bro. We'll text. I'll give you some
Hey,
pointers.
shout out Lou Dort. Hey,
Absolutely, Arizona State's finest. Come on,
Sure.
Canadian.
but let's transition to question number 2, and this one's interesting, and I'm really excited to dive into this one a little bit. Which NBA player will have a better career? Okay, the options are Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, or Jason Tatum.
Luka Doncic. Doncic.
Better
Doncic.
career, Luka Doncic.
I think Luka Doncic is gonna win MVPs.
How many? Over under 2.5.
Over.
Over 2.5.
He's cold.
I agree. The Mavericks are really struggling right now. I think they're starting.
I love it. A lot of fire under them. A lot of fire. They don't have their second best player in their
I know that's
team.
what I'm saying. They're starting to understand, like,
But if
Luka
I'm Mark
needs help.
Cuban, I'm like, listen, bro. Hey, Kristaps, you good and all, but like,
we need a
you
3.
fragile, my guy. You fragile.
I'm pretty sure they have a lot of cap space this offseason.
Yeah.
And I know that, good
They
free
do.
agents are going off the board left and right. But you have to put yourself in a position to either trade for one or
They're
pay
good.
for one. Like you have to, because they need help. I'm sorry. Like, I love Tim Hardaway Jr. He's not a third option. I love did they get who has Josh Richardson now? Is it them?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's another great pickup, but he's not a third option. You don't have a number 3. And you need a number 3 in this year's NBA. The Lakers have about 5 options. The Clippers have 3. The Nuggets have 3. Like, you start. Well, the Nuggets almost have 3, kind of. The Bucks have 3.
I don't think the Nuggets have.
The Nets
Ooh.
have 4 or 5.
I don't think the
Celtics
Nuggets
have
two.
3 or 4 or 5.
I don't think the Nuggets have 2.
Jamal Murray, struggling, man. Jamal Murray's struggling.
It's Jokic.
But I'm actually gonna go. I think Jason Tatum's gonna have the best career out of these group.
I'm not sold on him yet, man.
I love Jason Tatum. Kid's unbelievable. For his career, he averages for this year, he's going to take a leap, and sky's the limit for Jason Tatum. I would go over under 2.5 MVPs. I'd give him 3.
I think Tatum is what he is right now. I think Luka can still climb.
Jason Tatum could climb. Come on.
Not on that team.
I disagree, dude. Okay,
I
so
don't
this
like
is his
Boston,
fourth.
bro.
This is his 4th year in the NBA, correct? Okay, he's 22, about to turn 23 in about 2 weeks.
Good for him.
He has been in the past 3 NBA seasons, his 3 years. He's been to the conference finals twice. His rookie year, he went head-to-head with LeBron James. Let me tell you, what is important for a young guy is growing pains in the playoffs. Now, growing
He's got a
pains,
lot of them.
right? Growing pains in the regular season is one thing. You can have your welcome to the NBA moment. But once you are really welcome to the NBA, that's going head-to-head in a Game 7 with LeBron James in your rookie year with no Kyrie. It was
Win
no
it.
Kyrie.
You got to
he
win
was
it.
the number 1 option as a rookie going into that Game 7. And he went head-to-head, dunked on LeBron, chest bumped LeBron, and eventually, of course, they lost.
Hot take of the day, Jaylen Brown's going to end up being a better pro than Jason Tatum.
Oh, my God. Get out of here.
I fully agree with that.
Oh my God, no! Get out of here. Those two.
Take TikTok. I'm sure you're going to see this.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the podcast, guys. That is
Hot take
ridiculous.
over here, man.
No,
Jaylen Brown will be a better player.
No.
Hey,
Stop.
bro.
Jason Tatum, you're awesome. If you somehow get a hold of this video, Jason, you're awesome. Come to LA.
He's a great player.
He's
Jaylen
unbelievable. You are undervaluing him.
Jaylen Brown is clampy.
Brown is a great number 2 for them.
He's their number 1.
All right.
They want to win.
Question number 3.
He's gotta be number
On
1.
to question number 3. I'm done with that question. On to question number 3. Which young duo, and I think I know your answer now. Jeez, Pete. Which young duo?
No, I've got to go them.
Which young duo has the highest ceiling?
First of all, you gave me terrible duos. These weren't even good.
The young duos.
I
wasn't going, with the older like LeBron, AD, all those guys. I was going young. Like I want some young bloods in this.
I'd have picked Booker and Mikal Bridges, honestly.
I would have gone Booker and Ayton before I would have picked Mikal up there. But then we got Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
And I knew you loved the Kings, so I had to throw in your De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton.
Not yet.
And then Trae Young and John Collins.
Tatum and Brown by a long shot. Because Jaylen Brown's the best player on the team. Listen, he's here. He's here. He's here. He's here. He's the best defensive player on their team. He can score at will. He's a catch-and-shoot guy. He can create his own shot. He goes and rebounds. He's their heart and soul. He's got great hair. Nikola Jokic is by himself.
Hey, thank you guys for watching.
De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, sure, maybe. I think they're both point guards, though. I think that's going to be a problem. And then Trae Young and John Collins, easily number 2, in my opinion, for that. But John Collins looked good the other night, too. So dude, I just need to see more. I need consistency from John Collins. Wake Forest finest. But
yeah, I literally think that John Collins can kind of have that, Blake Griffin-esque career where,
I don't even want to know if I'd want a Blake Griffin career.
I know, but as like
I love Blake Griffin too, but
I really like that team, man.
These players watch this podcast, man. They'd hate me.
But I watched the Kings, and I actually find De'Aaron Fox and
I
Halliburton.
watched every Kings game, man. You kidding me?
Yeah,
De'Aaron Fox is.
I watched them last night, dude. De'Aaron Fox and Halliburton looked very clean together. Like they're
good, man.
Rashawn Holmes really. Buddy Hield is very, very underrated.
Get him out.
Buddy Hield is.
Jaylen Brown on that team. Oh, they'd win a chip. They'd get chipping.
Stop with Jaylen Brown.
Give me a Jaylen Brown jersey.
Yeah, for real. I might have to buy you
right now,
one.
bro.
My God.
I'm ordering it right now.
But yeah,
City edition.
I would agree with you on that. So
I think De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton would be good though.
Yeah, dude. That whenever
Fox
you
is
look,
still, he's got to develop a jump shot still. Fox still has to develop a jump shot.
Whenever you look at their like small ball lineup, like whenever you think about like the Warriors' depth lineup, like let's just put that's easy to grasp onto, where Draymond was a 5. Like the Kings have like a very solid small ball depth lineup where they can go Fox, Halliburton, Hield, Barnes, and Marvin Bagley, or Rashawn Holmes.
I like Rashawn Holmes. He a dog,
dude. Like their
lineup
lineup where they can just get up and go. It's just like wow.
Buddy Hield can be consistent.
Buddy Hield does look great this year, in my opinion.
I think Harrison Barnes has struggled too. If those guys would just play up to their potential, man, they'd be a playoff team. Get them another star. Jaylen Brown. Let me tell you about Jaylen Brown.
No.
Have I talked about Jaylen Brown this podcast?
You talked about Jaylen Brown a lot.
My guy right there, bro. Hey, I love a guy who just – I don't like these stars not playing defense. He don't play defense.
Yeah.
Trae Young don't play defense.
Jaylen Brown's tough, but let's not say he's better than Jason Tatum. Come on, man. He's not better than Jason Tatum.
All right.
We're going to transition.
He might be averaging more points this year than Jason Tatum. I wouldn't be surprised.
We're going to transition into our NBA matchup of the week. Every week.
Oh, my goodness, he is. He's leading the team in scoring. Wouldn't you look at that?
Dude, we're 4 games
28
in.
a game, baby. Come on.
We're 4 games in. Come on.
Yo, Marcus Smart, dude, he has a great assist-to-turnover ratio. Am I low on the Celtics or high?
No, you're too low.
Is Tristan Thompson really averaging 4 offensive rebounds a game?
You're low on the Celtics, man. I love the Celtics. They were my
Jaylen
preseason. Preseason pick to go to the finals.
Jalen Brown's gonna be first team All NBA. Hot take.
But we
Gotta chill.
last week we had our matchup of the week. It was the Milwaukee Bucks against the Miami Heat, and let me just say this:
Troy said Miami Heat. Oh,
I did say Miami Heat, and they lost by 50. But
ball.
the next day they beat.
We ain't talking about the next day. We talking about matchup of the week.
I understand. Without Jimmy Butler, cool. Milwaukee Bucks, and I compared the Milwaukee Bucks, in my opinion, to the Los Angeles Clippers.
Can we agree those blue uniforms suck?
The blue ones.
Yeah. Why does everybody have blue uniforms this year?
Everybody has blue uniforms now.
Really weird.
It's cool, I guess.
Jaylen Brown, get him a blue uniform, dude. Imagine him on the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh my God. Let's relax on Jaylen Brown.
Oh, you mean the best player on the Celtics? Okay, I'll stop talking.
You should have picked him as most improved player, man.
I should
But,
pick him as MVP.
But again, so that matchup of the week last week. So Fred's 1-0. I'm 0-1. And it wasn't even close. Giannis didn't even play good. Giannis played terrible. He actually had 9.6 rebounds.
Because, like I said, the best player on their team, Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton had 25 on 10 of 13 shooting. Drew Holiday had 24. They set an NBA record for threes in a game. They really put on a show. And then the next day, they lost by double digits.
Sorry.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Clippers of the Eastern Conference. But anyway, so we're sticking to the Eastern Conference with the matchup of the week. On Thursday, January 7th, there's a really good game on at 7:30. It's the 76ers, who have looked pretty solid thus far, on the road to play the Brooklyn Nets, who are one of Fred's favorite teams this year. His favorite in the East, and he has MVP favorite Kevin Durant. He has the MVP going to Kevin Durant. So, this is an interesting game. I have a feeling I know where he's going. Who you picking, man?
This is very hard because we don't know who's sitting on.
And we also don't know if anything were to happen with injuries or anything like that.
I'm going to go Philadelphia 76ers on this one. Dude, Joel Embiid look good, man.
Let me
Him and
tell you.
Jaylen Brown remind me a lot of each other.
Let me tell you. 76ers.
They're good.
Trade Ben Simmons for James Harden.
No. Nah.
Do it.
That would not work out in Houston, I'll tell you that. He'd get shipped. Ben Simmons and John Wall. Really?
No. Trade John Wall.
No, trade Ben Simmons.
Trade Ben Simmons.
Three-team trail. Dude, Thunder will probably get in there somehow. Thunder will sneak in.
Thunder always get in there.
What do you guys
Here's
want?
Al Horford. Give me Ben Simmons.
No, trade that, man. Al Horford's terrible. I love you, Al Horford, but good night.
But yeah, if I'm the 76ers personally, I'm trying to get James Harden, and then I think they're one of the top 3 teams.
James Harden's cold, bro. It don't matter what kind of shape he in. James Harden wired to score.
James Harden is really good at basketball.
He wired to score.
Really good at basketball.
He'll never win a championship, but he's wired to score. Oh, excuse me. That was a stool. It was a stool. Relax. It was a stool.
Give me the Nets on this one.
Kyrie or KD probably won't play that game.
I think, I know, especially now that I picked them. I'm gonna go
It
0-2.
is hard.
But with the Dinwiddie injury, I think is bigger than
it does suck.
people believe. I feel bad for the guy. Prayers up for Spencer. I wish nothing but the best on your recovery. But I think this gives opportunity to Karis LeVert. I think it hurts the Nets to an extent too, because now they can't trade Spencer Dinwiddie. And he has a player option going into next year, so he could opt out. And now you're going off of a partially torn, knee injury. And
if I'm him, I'm opting in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I think a bad team would pay him a lot of money, personally. And I think it's interesting for him, especially it's just an interesting time. But I'm going the Nets. They got the best player on the court, and then I would say Joel Embiid and Kyrie are very.
Hey, Joel Embiid look good.
I love Joel Embiid. I really do. And the 76ers are one of those teams, man, that I think could prove a lot of people wrong, especially me, because I'm very low on them. But
I usually am too, but they've kind of surprised me this year. I watched them play.
Ben Simmons is so good at defense. It's crazy.
It's
I never
ball too. It's
I
like
always took
him
him for granted on defense. And
I was Lonzo Ball too. Everybody always forgets how good Lonzo's good at defense.
Yeah, and I remember I was watching. I watched them against
Lampy.
the Raptors, and I was like, "Oh my God, Ben Simmons everywhere."
Yeah, how bad the Raptors are.
I'm going to take that as a W with my hot take so far, with them being bad.
I didn't have them in my playoffs either.
We're both very low on the Raptors, and we look very good for being low on them. You can't lose Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol and get back Aaron Baines and then re-sign Chris Boucher
I forgot about Aaron Banks. He's cold.
He ain't Marc Gasol or Serge.
Hey, why did the Wizards play Davis Bertans $64 million?
And why did they draw up a last-second play to Davis Bertans?
I gotta come up with one
talk
more
about
hot
that?
take, bro. I gotta have one more hot take.
What's up?
Russell Westbrook's the worst player in the NBA. Now listen, he turns it over too much. He shoots way too much. Doesn't make it, dude. That team's a mess. Him and Beal are not good together.
It has been weird. I thought it was going to work really well. I had Bradley Beal my top 3 MVP.
That can still happen.
It can. Bradley Beal is very talented, but they
Dang.
didn't gel as well as I first thought.
How good was it seeing John Wall back on the court?
Very good. John Wall's just as explosive.
He lose a step or he gain a step. Jeez Louise, get me in
Boogie's so crafty with his feet.
Is that up and under?
It was beautiful. The Rockets, when healthy, are tough. They got Harden, Wall, Boog, Christian.
I worry about them defensively. But
Well, they're not a playoff team, but Christian Wood's tough. Well, they're a playoff team, but not a playoff team. If that makes sense. Like they're not going to perform well in the playoffs. Is what I meant by that.
Jaylen Brown's not the best player in the NBA. Come on.
Jaylen Brown.
He had to turn the hat around.
Yeah, I had to show off the.
Best team in the NBA, worst team in the MLB. Come on.
But yeah, we're not going to talk about Kentucky Wildcats this week. They do
tomorrow.
They do play tomorrow, but shouts out.
What do they play? The Sparkies? Sparties? No, wait.
Mississippi
Sparky.
State.
Yeah, Sparky.
Yeah.
Sparky. What are they? Yeah, whatever. Mississippi State.
So go Cats. We hope for the best, but we're not going to talk about them. Everybody stay off social media. Stop dogging the kids.
Yeah, we 0-0 though, so we're chilling.
Yeah, new
2021.
year, new us. Cal's going to coach them up. Hopefully, Keon Brooks can come back soon. But yeah, that wraps up pretty much our NBA segment. So again, the matchup of the week is 76ers on the road to the Brooklyn Nets. We're not going to review standings just yet. We'll do that like twice or 3 times a week, or once every 3 weeks, to where like we can kind of start actually seeing it come into fold. We'll do it more towards the middle and end of the year.
The Magic are 4-1. You kidding me?
Yeah, the Magic are like the number 1 seed. The Clippers are the number 1 seed in the West after, So we're going to let everything kind of shape up, and then we will get into the standings and everything. So, again, the matchup of the week, 76ers against the Brooklyn Nets. Fred's taking the 76ers. I am taking the Brooklyn Nets, so the Nets are going to lose. That's what we know. So, yeah, man, I had fun. Do you have any final thoughts, closing, other than something about Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown, if you're listening, man, listen. Do your thing, man. Be your best. You're the best player on the Celtics. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. We're all thinking it. Nah, seriously, though, that team could be very good. Jason Tatum's very, very good player. I just don't like him because he went to Duke, and that's just kind of how it boils down in my head. But Jaylen Brown is very good. He is setting the world on fire, and he's my sleeper MVP. He is the best player on their team, though. That is a for real hot take.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Close us out, Fred. Get us out of here.
All right. Whatever, man. Cool. It's cool. Just shoot down my hot takes. I know people love my hot takes. Kings won the championship. Thank you all so much for watching the X Factor podcast. Remember, don't be a star. Don't be a superstar. Change the game like Jaylen Brown. Be an X Factor. Be an X Factor. We'll see you guys next week. Troy, thanks as always.
Yes, sir.
God bless. And peace out.
Peace, everybody.
Go Jaylen Brown.